The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Jesus was teaching in a synagogue on the Sabbath, and a woman was there who for 18 years had been crippled by a spirit. She was bent over, completely incapable of standing erect. When Jesus saw her, he called to her and said, "Woman, you are set free from your iniquity." He laid his hands on her, and she at once stood up straight and glorified God. But the leader of the synagogue, indignant that Jesus had cured on the Sabbath, said to the crowd in reply, "There are 6 days when work should be done. Come on those days to be cured, not on the Sabbath day." The Lord said to him in reply, "Hypocrites! Does not each one of you on the Sabbath untie his ox or his ass from the manger and lead it out for watering? This daughter of Abraham, whom Satan had bound for 18 years now, ought she not to have been set free on the Sabbath day from her bondage?" When he said this, all his adversaries were humiliated, and the whole crowd rejoiced at all the splendid deeds done by him. The Gospel of the Lord. The church has always taught that the fullness of revelation resides in Jesus Christ. So over the years, God has revealed himself in many and varied ways, but his fullness comes in Jesus Christ. And that's kind of the definitive, that's it. That's the fullness of revelation. I bring that up today because God reveals himself and even through just reason that, God exists, and different facets of God. But Jesus reveals to us that God is our Father. And that's new. And that's really just comes through his action and his teaching. We don't necessarily intuit that just by looking at creation or something. But I bring that up today because there's a lot of cultures and a lot of people that get God wrong. Okay. And our boy in the synagogue got God wrong. Okay, he saw God as, more of a taskmaster, a slave driver or something that, hey, you can't, 6 days you can cure, but not on the seventh. He put God in his nice little box. And Jesus blows it open. No, right? And he does it through simple logic, but also through his curing, setting the woman free from her bondage. Okay, St. Paul says the same things. We have not received a spirit of slavery to fall back into fear, but a spirit of adoption through which we cry out, "Abba, Father." Right? Jesus came to set us free from sin and to bring us into right relationship with God, our Father. That's where true freedom is found. Father loves us and wants to set us free. Jesus is our Savior who brings us back into right relationship with God, the Father, right? And in that is freedom, that he loves us as his beloved sons and daughters. I like this. St. Paul in our first reading, he says, we'll find it. "For those who are led by the Spirit are sons of God." Right? When that Spirit that lives in all of us enlivens our individual being, and we become beloved sons of God in our particular nature as male and female. But it's always in through Jesus Christ that we live as children of God. So that's the freedom we're after, and we don't want to get God wrong. We want to understand him as our Father. And that's the truth that Jesus reveals to us as a shining example in today's gospel, and that there's a lot of people that don't want to think of God as Father. He's this entity that controls everything. No, he's our Father. He came to set us free through Jesus Christ, that we may be his beloved sons and daughters through the Spirit that lives in us.